Okay.
Let's do a quick prop check. All right.
All right.
What do we got today?
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Before we do that,
Yep.
I need to talk to you about something.
Yep.
I need you.
Someone cut that guy's mic. Where'd that guy come from?
What's going on?
I don't know.
I need you to tone it down a little bit today. Okay? Yeah.
Sponsor's a little angry.
Yeah, we have some sponsors. Like, I think you need to tone it down a little
I
bit.
think there's a little muscle milk residue on the stage from last night.
That's what we're doing right now.
Okay. We're toning it down.
Yeah, so I think you need to tone it down a little bit. And yesterday was a little off at the top.
Wait, can you not hear us? Can you not hear us? We've been talking for the last 5 minutes. We're having a great time up here. I don't know.
I don't know what's happening. This is just part of it.
All right. Well,
So
I'm going to go ahead and snort some muscle milk.
no. Yesterday,
I woke up silky and smooth, buddy.
Yesterday the muscle milk was a little bit over the top. It was a little bit crazy.
Okay.
So we want to tone it down a little bit today.
Okay.
Because your suit is a little crazy for the defense industry. You got buzzers going on. We got crazy props happening. So I just want to understand what we're trying to get done today. So tell me what's going on with these props.
Yeah,
so as a producer, I can understand what we're doing.
Let's roll through it. So here's what we got. We have this spinner hat. I'm not really sure what this is. This is drones. Look kind of like a switchblade, right? AeroVironment. They're not a sponsor, but they could come in next round. Look at that. That's a nice. This is for somebody ready for takeoff. This is the ready
But
for
are you going to
takeoff.
give that to one of our sponsors?
Somebody's going to get that.
I don't think
know
that's exactly right for a sponsor.
For this. There's too much shit. All right, so these buzzers are actually, they're not X's. They got X's on the front, but these are actually for the winners.
Okay.
Do we do a buzzer check?
This is very annoying.
Those are all working.
Okay.
And then this is the prize we get this afternoon. This is not just
a translator, a legend.
A legend.
Okay.
There's only really one or two people who could win that, but
Okay.
we'll see. The first one, I don't know how competitive it's going to be. We'll see what happens. And then this,
We got the
honestly,
belt.
this was the fan favorite yesterday. The heavyweight championship belt from Defense Game Day. I don't know. Did you guys get this? You got a close up on that? This was pretty sweet. Actually, our winner tried to leave with it. We had to call Garrett. He was at the airport.
We have a budget. You know how much this
Garrett,
costs us?
Garrett
No one's
had the
taking it.
belt at the airport. We had to send an Uber. Somebody went to the airport, pick it up from him last night so that we could have it for today.
Okay.
But so I fought hard to keep this. Please let me give this out again. This was a good one.
You can give it out again. We got to keep it because we're on a budget. So that's it.
All right.
And the only thing I would say is let's try to keep the cussing to a minimum today. I heard some words almost questionable.
What are the 11 words you can't say on TV?
I don't remember what as a TV producer, what are the 11 words? I can't say them here because then I'd be cussing. Then we can't do that.
Yeah, okay, all right.
All right.
Let's roll tape.
Roll tape.
Hey, good morning. This is John Gruden, the old coach here in Tampa, Florida. You know, if there's one thing that I know, it's defense. Defense ain't boring. But defense trade shows, that's another story. Until now. It's time for Defense Game Day. Hot takes? Yep. Games? You got it. So follow Defense Game Day. It starts right now. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 2 of Defense Game Day. I'm your host, Noah Scheinbaum. We are live from Apex Defense in National Harbor, D.C., Maryland, excuse me, same. And we are ready to kick it up a notch. We got big games, hot takes, and some awesome co-hosts this morning. We got 2 segments for you today. The first is we're going to play a little King of the Hill. We got a little bit there was a little bit of competition yesterday. We're going to kick it up a notch today. We've got a top-tier, big dog defense expert who's going to be on stage here defending his title against a couple of upstart challengers. And then in the second segment, for the first time ever live here at Apex Defense, we are going to be doing the Autonomy Fantasy Draft. You're not drafting Jamarcus Russell. You're not drafting Tom Brady. You're drafting your CEO, your CRO, and a whole slate of your starting 5 for an autonomy defense tech startup. So without further ado, let's go ahead and meet our co-hosts. First up, you remember him from yesterday, that Autrain, Michigan, retiring surface warfare officer. He's back for more, Mr. Michael Knickerbocker. Coming in at second, all the way from California. She's appropriated money, she's invested money, she knows where all the money is hidden. Joe Mama, Heather Joe Richmond. Number 3, he just got off a plane, rolled out of a warehouse in Ukraine. That NYU film school sort of dropout come drone slinger, Mr. Brian Stream. Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me. Thanks for being here. And last but certainly not least, our king of the hill, that big green goblin revenue generating Marine from every defense tech startup. He's made all the money in the world. Mr. Scott Sanders. Welcome, sir. Where's your wig? This guy was supposed to look like a 70s, I won't say what to say. All right. Everybody here is going to grab a buzzer. This is what we're going to do here this morning. We had no music. Music's slowing me down. All right, here we go. Buzzers for, yep, test that thing out. Make sure that thing works. There we go. Yeah, it's really important that everybody knows that. All right, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and hold that on your lap. Yep, X facing outwards so that some others can see what's going on. All right. So team, here's what we're going to do. Scott's king of the hill. Scott's been in this business.
Who?
Mr. Sanders. That's Neon Dion.
Right.
Coach
Sorry,
Prime.
didn't know.
The guy drinking goat.
We're going to try it. There's a couple of goals today.
The goat pee?
One of the goals is to give Scott a nickname. Scott's kind of
Goat
avoided
pee.
a nickname for a while.
I've made it 39 years without a nickname, and I'm really proud of that.
We're going to try hard here. We're going to make him an airman, maybe even an aviator. I don't know. We're going to give you a nickname today. We're going to try on it. Call sign at least. So Scott's king of the hill. These 3 have volunteered to try to knock Scott off his perch as general kind of splainers stuff. Head of defense explaining things. So what we're going to do is test their knowledge with a few acronyms. We're going to go through some defense trivia in people, places, things, and a little curveball. We're adding a 4th category, a little curveball this morning with some movie trivia, little movie trivia.
Hunt for that October.
What is Pulp Fiction?
You don't have to answer in Jeopardy style, but we don't mind if you do. That's kind of how we're going to roll.
Why not?
Yep, yeah, perfect. This is going to go great. So with that,
Down Periscope.
Here's what we've got. There's a few things at stake here. I want to just kind of pull this out for you. First off, just like yesterday, over to my left, stage right, is the challenge booth. You see a red flag. We've got our resident referee ready to adjudicate. If at any point anybody in the audience has a problem with any of our panelists' answers, they are welcome to grab that thing, give it a chuck, throw it right here on stage. We'll pick it up. We'll hear 15 seconds from the challenger, a 15-second rebuttal from our host, and then we'll decide who wins. If you were to knock off one of our hosts, you could kind of choose. There's a couple of options. You might be able to customize this hat with, I don't know, whatever message you want and put it on your co-host. The co-host may have to win this spinner. Or if you're really ambitious, you get to replace that co-host for the next question. So lots of opportunity at the challenge booth. And you know what you're playing for. We're playing for the Heavyweight Defense Game Day Championship belt. So whoever wins gets to walk off the stage with that sucker. All right. We good? Everybody with us? I'm glad we're buzzing.
Wait, there's a chance I get kicked off the stage?
I would like to take that chance.
Okay.
Clearly you didn't watch yesterday's show. I'm back.
It's true.
But the leopard print loafers wanted a pay raise, so I had to leave them at the
Back
hotel.
by popular demand, and you left your shoes at home. Like, what was the takeaway from yesterday? We said the shoes stole the show, so you decided to leave the shoes at home.
I am where I am in life by making poor decisions, so why would I break that now?
I want a refund on Michael's day 2 salary. Okay, folks, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with people. The first category today is people. We're gonna go from 100 to 500. We're just gonna run down. No chewy. This is a dictatorship. This is not a democracy. We're gonna go ahead and just roll down the list. All right. What you're gonna do is buzz in. I'll choose whoever buzzes first. You get it right, you get the points. You get it wrong, you lose the points. So just something to think about. But if you entertain your host, your co-host, you may have a chance to win something anyway. All right? Are we ready? We're ready. All right. Make sure we mics up when we're talking here. All right. Ready? Acronym number 1. BUMED.
Bureau of Medicine.
Wow. They both went at the same time. Anybody want to? Both are 90% right. You're missing 10%.
And surgery.
The surgery part isn't actually in the acronym because the Navy's really bad at acronyms.
Ooh. Not a wrong.
Hence why I knew it.
Both are correct. Let's do 100. That's 100 to both Scott and Michael. They literally got it at the same time. All right. Now acronym number 2, FIST. Scott.
Fire support integrations and support team.
That is 200 points to Scott.
In the Navy, it's fleet synthetic training.
No one cares about the Navy, dude. Sorry.
Okay,
do
acronym
you
number
know
We're
3.
in a harbor.
I'm getting out of hand already. Acronym number 3, SNERT. SNERT.
S-N.
You want to buy a vowel for?
Can you use it in the form of sentence?
Oh no, there might be there's a dirty bomb in somewhere public. Let's call the SNERT. Yes, Michael.
Smurfs need ecstasy, Ritalin, and tequila.
Let's go ahead and give 50 points to Michael for creativity. Anybody else want to take a shot? Sensitive Nuclear Effects Response Team. Sensitive.
It's an Army thing.
Okay. Ready? This one's
Saberni.
This is a little onomatopoeia. Let's do a little onomatopoeia this morning. Wham. WHAM. Wham.
Last Christmas.
I gave you my heart.
We can go ahead and take some points away from Michael on that one. Take 100 points. I don't know what the hell that meant.
You don't play Whamageddon at Christmas?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you unwell? Like, I've never heard of that.
People.
Google it, people.
People for what are we on? This is people for 500. It's getting hard.
Can you spell it again?
WHAM. Counterinsurgency campaign. Yes.
I don't know.
He's technically correct. He's not wrong. We won't deduct points for that answer. Heather, any wham for you?
Absolutely nothing. No.
Okay. Would you like to try again? Anybody from the audience? Do you have any whammies? Winning Hearts and Minds. Winning Hearts and Minds from
Wait, what?
counterinsurgency days. Scott's like that. Okay, and our last. This is people for 600 MOPP. MOPP.
Mission-oriented protection posture.
That is correct. That is correct, Mr. Knickerbocker.
I feel like he's cheating. He can see the cards from the
Okay,
side.
that's. I'll
That's why I'm
I can
looking
see
into
too,
your
but it
deep
doesn't-
eyes.
I can see them too, and it's not helping me 1 ounce. So,
Have
Okay,
you seen his
bonus round on
handwriting?
people. Bonus round on people. This one's not an acronym, but it is a word. Squirt.
that's dirty.
I think that says more about you than it does about the word. Scott?
You mean like a squirter, as in someone who's left the objective while during a raid?
An enemy hostile leaving the scene of an operation.
Yeah.
Scott gets those points. All right. That wraps up people. Well done, team. That was pretty good.
Yeah, high five. You and me in the middle. Nailed it.
We survived.
Why are we in the
This game
middle?
this game is really hard.
I feel like my
so-
points aren't accurate on the board.
Points. So what do we have? At the end of round 1, we've got Michael with 1050. Heather and Brian, by doing absolutely nothing, are both locked in at 1,000. And we've got Scott
We're
at
just cute.
1,300.
We're just cute.
Very much still
I just got
anybody's game.
600. How does that math work?
Yeah, I think they're working on the 600 is my guess. So Scott should be at 1,900. Yep,
There
there
we
we
go.
go. All right, let's move on to places. Places for 100. That seems backwards. We'll start with one of my favorite acronyms, POO. P-O-O.
Point of origin.
That's correct. 100 points to Mr. Sanders.
You guys got to try harder.
These aren't naval terms.
Because no one cares about the Navy. Start
This
from
might
position one.
blow your mind, but I am trying as hard as possible.
I am seriously trying.
I am like
I'm not
using
giving
all
up.
my effort right now. Is not really showing.
I work in the private sector. I mean, come on.
Brian is hustling until we get to the movie segment. He's gonna take it. Remember, we're basically
He went to
spotting
film
him.
school.
Okay, places for 200. Gig, G-I-G.
Isn't that a Navy thing?
Something of a virtual place, so to speak.
Oh. Yeah, because you get knocked off the gig.
What
Global
does it stand for?
Information Grid.
Yeah,
Global
yeah,
Information, or what DoD calls the Internet from time to time.
I'd like to go
believe that's called
global
the
information gig.
I just
I
called
think
it
Heather
the
got
gig.
that one
I think I
correct.
got that one right.
A bit delayed, but she did get it correct. Okay, places for 300. Shape. Shape. S-H-A-P-E. No internationalists among us, huh? How about you, Mr. Stream? You might have talked to these folks in the last few months of your life, living in the
Oh,
Ukrainian warehouse.
God. That's the NATO team.
Why don't they just call it the NATO team?
Supreme Headquarters, Allied Powers, Europe.
Sounds
okay.
important.
We're Team America up here. We're not really foreigners. No foreigners. We need some
Clearly,
foreign
we're in line with the
representation.
administration.
If any
We
Brits
know
are in the
nothing
audience
about
and want to
NATO.
hop, if any Brits in the audience want to hop on stage and help round out our team, you're welcome. This
Hey, shapes
summarizes.
in Brussels.
This summarizes more than. I'm sorry. What was that?
Shape. It's in Brussels. You said the Brits. It's in Belgium.
Well,
Different
I'm just thinking
country.
about it.
It's
Waffles.
the same thing.
Europe.
Shh.
Europe. They did leave Europe. You're right. Okay. We are now on 400 places for 400. This summarizes quite a bit of what's happening this morning. Dumb. D-U-M-B. Dumb. No?
Defense
Where did you find these?
From my deep expertise on military affairs.
ChatGPT, like worst
Deep
military acronyms
under-
ever. Just get a list.
Deep underground military base. Deep underground military base. No?
That is dumb.
Spider hole.
Okay.
I believe the acronym you're looking for there is heavy, deep, buried targets.
All right, let's do this one. Will be 400. We'll do places for 400. Everybody should get this one. I hope. Let's see. NASIC.
National Air and Space Intelligence Center.
There it is. All right, 400 to Scott. We got some cheerleaders
It's an
in the
Air Force
crowd.
thing.
Scott's got some pom pom
Diversity.
wavers.
Heated swimming pools in Kuwait.
I will tell you right now, if we're getting live action on the side, you go ahead and approach our odds makers. You can put a bet. Right now, Scott is the odds-on favorite to retain the heavyweight belt as Secretary of Splain and Stuff, King of the Hill, and all things acronyms. But let's see. This one, we've got a 600-point. This is a bonus round on places. This will be 600 points. I don't think anybody's going to get close to this. JM Wave. I feel like, Brian, you might know what that is. No?
I don't.
All right, we'll keep that one a mystery. All right.
Hard no.
We need the
The J is probably joint.
How are we feeling here, team? What's going on here?
Military,
Heather,
joint.
Let's just
we're
do a
Wait,
quick
can we
check
do it as a
in.
group?
We're trying to figure this one
out. It's
out.
like joint munitions, something,
yeah,
no
joint,
one cares.
Yeah, we're gonna figure J-Wave.
JM Wave.
JM Wave.
JM Wave.
Joint
munitions.
munitions.
How are
With,
we feeling?
It's actually not an acronym. It's a bit of a trick. Miami Station or Wave Station is a CIA intelligence station at the Naval Air Station Richmond from 1961, 1968.
That's why I didn't answer it, because we're not supposed to talk about it.
Cold War stuff. Yeah, it's a bit secret. I see you as a Cold War guy. Not so much. You're still fighting the
Yeah,
Russians.
no, I'm no.
The
you
Cold
asked me how
War
we're
is hot.
doing. I'm wondering if I should look for a different profession.
The Cold War never ended for Brian, as it turns out.
No, I'm living in the past, man.
I do
Sorry.
remember. This is a little bit of the. I think it was the Obama-Romney debate or something when Obama said, "Earth to Mitt Romney, the Cold War has ended."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It has
how
not.
are we feeling? Quick check in here down the line. Michael, how you feel about your odds? Okay, not great. Heather.
I think if you add our 3 scores together, we have a chance.
Okay, Brian.
Terrible.
Scott, you sitting pretty?
I'm still flummoxed by the whole dumb acronym, like why that was
Yeah.
used that way. I don't know.
I also don't really like that. Like some of them are acronyms and some of them like kind of aren't. It's a little,
So
a little
you're-
doobie. A little doobie. I'm calling, this
Collusion.
collusion.
Did you you ever been to a casino, Brian?
Never.
The house always
All the
wins.
time. I'm at the casino every night.
Do you ever go to the casino and try to change the odds on the slot machine?
I don't play slots.
Okay, well,
I'm one of my putts.
it's a losing proposition.
That's frowned
yeah,
upon.
The only question is how quickly you lose.
Yeah, roulette. That's
All
where
right,
I. That's
let's
where I
keep
really
this-
shine.
Let's keep this thing
Russian?
moving. Let's keep this
You
thing
know
moving.
it.
Let's move into things. We're going to move into the things
I
segment,
have, a
third
good feel, I have a
segment.
good feeling about this one.
We're moving along here. Okay. Things for $100. We're going to start right here with, this is a good one. Dude. D-U-D-E. Software folks? No?
Can we get like a check on how many times?
Yeah,
this
I'm
has been
analog.
referenced in the literature. Like,
Deployable universal data element. No dudes, huh? Okay. 200. Sad arm. We're no. Heather, why don't you take? I want you to
losing
take the
side
mic.
of
Why
a
don't you
Dutch
come up with
rudder?
What acronyms? Quiz everybody. What's an acronym you got?
Let's go IDIQ.
IDIQ.
Indefinite delivery,
indefinite
indefinite
quantity.
quantity.
Look at them all together. How about that?
See?
Give it up for the.
All
Give it
right.
up for the battle.
I'll be honest, I didn't really know that one either.
He waited.
You just mumble
I kinda
along
mimicked
with
everyone else.
Yeah. What about a what about a CRADA?
Creative.
Collaborative research and
Cooperative.
development.
It's
From
cooperative
cradle to
research
grave.
and development.
Boo!
Yes, sir. Brian is going down. Oh,
What
boy.
the hell is going on here? I
Brian-
could lose points?
Brian, you are a military contractor, and you need to know the ways in which. How do you sell product? by
You
the way?
lost 2 points.
He has
You should
people
lose
for
2
that.
points.
Charm.
How did I get 1 point? I'm coming up with this. I'm saving this thing. Okay.
The booth is a little unhinged right now. We're just kind of going rogue. Heather got 1 point for trying. Okay, back to me.
I took your
How
point.
about spam? SPAM.
It's
None of you gotten spam before?
Like, are we talking about the?
It's like the
email
meat that you
spam, the
put on
food
top of the rice.
spam? Like,
There's a lot of
In
options.
Hawaii.
There's a lot of ways
Spams.
to be right on this one.
It's
You
an
could also be
IndoPaycom for
talking
sure.
about special
lot of ways to
projects
be
for
wrong,
advanced
too.
maintenance. A lot of ways to be. So we've had a chilling effect by deducting points. Brian doesn't want to go any lower here. Is what I'm hearing.
So if I say something wrong, I lose points?
We're hearing a plea
You only
for-
lost 2 points,
That's true.
and you gave one of them to me.
Well, that's messed up. I'd like that point back.
No. Oh, you just lost another one. Oh, wait, can I have my
Pretty
point?
much anytime
no,
I speak,
would
I
like
lose
my point
points.
back.
Is that-
I would like my. All you have to do is ask nicely, and our
Can I
benevolent.
please have my 1 point
the
back?
benevolent dictators
No, I just
in the
lost
back.
another one. God damn it,
Okay.
don't talk to me anymore.
All right.
Last one on things. How about THAAD?
That, what?
Terminal high
High-Altitude Air
altitude
Defense System.
defense.
Man, these two are kind of in lockstep. It's kind of like if one gets it, both gets it, huh? Interesting.
They share a brain.
It's
That's what we
cute.
expect.
Two people who were in the military but tend to get the ones that were not made up. Yeah.
Halo?
Take this up with AI. Apparently, it's not great. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna go
How
ahead.
did
and
I get no points for that?
Wait, I have one more.
Yeah,
I have
there
one
should be
more. I have
some
one
sort
more.
of
Oh, Heather's got
I did
one more.
One more acronym. Ready? DOD.
DOD.
Department of Defense.
You didn't buzz in though.
Department of Defense.
Wait, you can't answer your own question.
Yes, I can. Watch me. I just did.
I think
I'd
Heather
like some
gets
points for these.
Pretty sure you have to answer your own question, the
She's
form
not
of
only
the
is she
question.
getting
I got
the
my
answers
point
right,
back.
She's
Thank you
playing
so
by the
much.
rules of the game.
Thank you so much.
If there's one thing you got to learn
What,
in DOD
what is my
acquisition,
what is my birthday? June 27th, 1987. Oh,
My
Definitely
God,
some
you're
track
young.
songs for that.
June
Did you just say-
27,
Did you just say
1987.
1997?
87.
I was just giving out PI.
Oh,
on the
okay.
stage.
June
I was
27,
concerned.
1987.
I'm June 28th, 1983.
oh shit! We should throw a.
Is
birthday
everybody
together.
telling the audience how old they are right now?
Hey, what's
Not
your
me.
guys'
Do you want my
social?
social security
Yeah.
number? My
Actually,
mother's maiden name.
that is worth a few thousand points if Brian gives his if Michael gives his social
I will
security
give
number.
my social security number right now if I win the game. I want the belt for my social. Let's
You
go.
could just buy it.
Let's go.
OPM already gave it away. Don't worry.
Okay, here's an acronym: Navy.
No. Okay, we're on to
Never
movies.
again volunteer yourself.
Let's go ahead. We're moving to our fourth and final segment, movies. I don't have a
How
lot
does
of
Michael have
optimism here.
45,000 points? What the hell's going on?
Let's go ahead and check in. Let's check in with the scoreboard. I'm going to head over here. Let's see.
Five.
We've got right now. Wow.
Nick knows where his bread is buttered.
Testing,
Michael seems to have 4550 question mark. I'm not sure what that means. Heather
Testing,
Heather has
testing,
exactly the same number of
testing,
points as if she had never
testing.
stepped on stage with 1,000.
That's incredible.
I like to keep it. I like to keep it under the radar.
Brian has gone down.
was never
by
here.
Now 12 points. An arbitrary 12 points have been deducted from Brian's
Make it
score.
87 because that's the year he was born.
And Scott is at 2,400 points. I really have no idea how. Can we get a challenge? Can we challenge flag to the control booth? Can we understand why Michael has 4,550 points?
Question mark.
I'm sure he's quite
Potential
happy.
social security number.
So, it's a potential. They're awaiting the social security number disclosure.
683.
Well, you got the first two
1-4.
numbers right.
Okay, all right. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. This is a live broadcast. This is going live in China, Singapore, and Malaysia, and also Nigeria, where there was a bunch of princes who have been asking for my social for the last 10 years. Let's go ahead and take that off.
My
the way.
identity's not worth stealing.
Let's go. All right, we're moving into the final round here. We're going to the movie round. We've got a couple of bonuses. I think it's going to be good. Everybody locked in? These are not serious acronyms.
Top Gun Maverick.
Wait, they're acronyms of movies? Who does that? What sort of insanity is that?
You went to film school. If you don't
I'm
win
so-
this, I will literally.
I'm
not sitting next to you anymore.
The pressure's incredibly high. But if it's like, oh, what's the acronym of a movie that came out in 1950? Who the hell knows that?
I also was not alive in my 1950,
All right, let's
whatever
go,
you're
let's
about
go,
to say.
let's go.
All right, number one
I was.
for 150 points, just to kind of like make this hard. Fubar.
Fucked up
Fubar.
beyond all repair.
Wait, what was the last part of it?
That's a movie?
Yeah, wait, I'm sorry. What?
Hold
Also,
on, say
that's
it again.
used all the time.
That's correct. 100
What-
points. 100 points. For
What
Michael.
year did that film come out?
It was in Saving Private Ryan amongst like 25 other movies.
Oh, so it's like not the name of a movie. It's like
Oh,
some
okay.
line set in some movie. Okay, all right.
This is a pretty
Also,
common one.
month
It's also
3
used
of
beyond
any
the military.
deployment.
This is I had
right.
some empathy for you earlier. I don't really
yeah,
on
let's
this one.
let's go.
All
Let's
right,
go.
for 200, Bohica.
Bend over, here it comes again.
That's 200 points for Michael. He's creeping up. He's
I think that's
creeping up.
worth double points. That's funny.
I gotta be honest with you.
That's worth double
They
points.
did not teach this in film school.
They did.
Okay.
I learned about theory.
We got a flag coming.
How about a little TV? A little TV.
Oh God.
We have a challenge flag. Do we have we have a challenge flag?
All right.
Channing, come approach the stage, please. Come on.
What does that? What does this mean?
I think you're getting kicked off the stage. Is what I think.
I think you're
Just
getting
don't
kicked off the
Give
stage.
that
hit me
thing
in
a
the
hurl. Give
eyeball
that thing a
like
whirl.
Orlando Brown.
All right, we've got a challenge flag.
Right
Channing,
at you.
come on over here. No, come on over here.
The FUBAR answer? I believe he said fucked up beyond all repair.
It's
I believe
recognition.
It is recognition.
That is correct.
That's why
That
I
is
asked,
correct.
What was the last R?
That is
You
correct.
guys yada yada yada.
That is
through
a
it.
great
It was the wrong
challenge
answer.
flag.
Ooh.
Challenge is granted.
I actually have an acronym book at home titled FUBAR.
Of course you do.
But
I don't know
what's
if
the last word?
admitting to that's going to help your case here.
Recognition.
What's the last word?
It's recognition.
Repair.
It's repair,
It's
recognition.
recognition.
When you're talking equipment,
I think it says
As
the card
used in the
says
movie,
recognition.
it's
It's
recognition.
recognition. Deduct the points from Michael. The points go to Channing.
All right.
Damn.
boo.
Pick your.
a-
Are
it's a
you are
cold-blooded
you
game.
proxying your points?
Clearly, you've never turned an
Channing is
air
proxying
compressor
her
into an
points.
engine.
I would like to highlight I said that when we dialed in or when we responded.
It's just-
I would like my points.
Scott's on a Zoom call right now because he's always be closing. We love it. All we need is we have any VCs in the audience. We get a term sheet up here. All right, here we go. Fuck up
Copies
it.
for
All
closers.
recognition. Let's adjust the scoreboard. Wonderful. We are moving along. That's a great challenge. That was well done. All right.
Maybe the worst throw I've ever seen, which we're going to talk about later, Channing. That the underhanded shit you just
This-
did. But
This next one is not only an acronym, it is also the name of a popular TV show, MASH.
it's Mobile Army Surgical Hospital.
That is correct.
Wow.
That
That's
is correct.
impressive.
400 points for MASH.
I think he should get half points because he was not sure of his answer.
Do you guys not have a childhood?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
kind of stutter through it.
Style points. Give Michael 10 points for style. I know you left the damn shoes at home. You could have won some style points, but you can't come here. No. All right, here we go. This is it. This is the whole enchilada. Would you like to play double Jeopardy, Brian, on this one?
Yeah, you can take all my points and let's
Daily
no,
double.
let's do it. I'll put it all on the line.
Yeah. Okay.
You still can't win though.
I know it's impossible. Wait a second, they already took it away. What the hell?
We're holding your points in escrow.
Jesus Christ.
We're holding those points
That
in
is
escrow. We want to make
cold-blooded.
sure you can't
They took it away
abscond with your
before I
points.
even had a chance. All right.
All right, here we go. Fugazi.
I think it's a Lauryn Hill album. No.
A Lord album?
Lauryn Hill
Lauryn
album.
Hill
No.
album. I don't know. Can we fact check
It's,
that?
it's not an acronym though.
I don't think so.
Fugazi is like it's
it's
made up. with
Fugazi,
Fugazi.
Fugazi.
Fugazi, Fugazi.
Yeah.
In like a bada bing, bada gabagool.
Yeah, kind of.
It's like a
In a
made up thing.
fucked up kind of way.
So you did get the first two words correct. Fucked up are the first two words. Fricked up. I'm sorry. We're live here at Apex Defense. We can't curse.
Fricked up, Genoma.
It's a U.
What's the Z stand for? I think if we get the Z, we can unlock this.
Would we like to phone a friend? Any friends in the audience want to weigh in on Fugazi?
No.
No. Everybody is stumped, huh? Okay. Should I tell you? Or should we just hold this one for another day?
You should tell us.
Wait, I have -4 points now. So the
Should be-
best I
should
could
be
do is
-1,000.
get what? -8.
Would you like to double?
You answer, you
Mr.
lose.
Stone.
I'm still double down.
We didn't get it.
Okay,
We
from a popular movie, fucked up, got ambushed, zero intel.
Get the hell out of here! Really?
That is. We're gonna send Brian
What
back to
movie is
film
that
school. All right, let's go ahead and check in on the scoreboard. In last place with a giant L, we have my good friend all the way from you. He flew in all the way from Ukraine for that L, Mr. Brian.
I wear it with
Stream.
pride.
Thank you for wearing that L for us, Brian. You're doing God's work. In second place, all the way from California, she tried.
I was never here.
She came.
I literally
She
did
came-
nothing.
She totally got out of bed this morning. Heather, Joe Mama Richmond, in third place with 1,660 points. And a lot of sass this morning. We appreciate the banter. Mr. Michael Knickerbocker. And still the reigning champion. He has not been knocked off the throne. Neon Dion Coach Prime, the Rainmaker,
Damn.
Scott Sanders.
You're going to have to do this again?
Let's
until
go
you
ahead and
lose?
get
Shit.
our heavyweight championship belts
Sounds like you actually lose.
for Mr.
Retire
Sanders.
immediately.
Where's our referee?
exactly.
Let's get that belt to the stage, and he gets the
It's not
T-shirt.
going to fit over his head.
Come
though.
on, Scott. You get 60 seconds uninterrupted on the soapbox. Stand on up here. 60 seconds on the soapbox to tell this lovely audience whatever it is you would like. No buzzers are allowed during the soapbox segment.
That was not my contract.
Come on, Scott. Take your place and go ahead.
I prefer to sit.
That's your choice.
Is this like a speech situation?
This is your soapbox 60 seconds.
Have you never watched Round the Horn?
Mute everybody else's
I'm
mic,
not a
please.
sports ball guy.
Sports ball? Is that what you
Sports
said?
ball. Yeah. It's when you don't know.
While
what the
Scott is
sport
thinking of what to say, this is what we'll do here. I want to give a special shout out to all of our partners, all of our sponsors. One of them may be Scott's company, Forterra, which had the good judgment or horrendous judgment to hand us a microphone, give us a stage, and let us do our thing this morning. Thank you to Forterra. Thank you to our partners at Prism and the Arena as well. We appreciate all of you. Thank you to the team at Apex Defense. And of course, thank you to our men and women in uniform in the audience here. Without you, we have no mission, we have no ability. The tagline for the tagline for Defense Game Day is Defense for All. We want to make these conversations accessible to everybody because, well, we all benefit from America's national security here in this country. Not everybody contributes. We want to make that possible for more. So, Scott, with that, the floor is yours.
Thanks for having us out. Just an embarrassing level of acronym knowledge from the panel. You guys should rethink your lives.
I think the fact that I lost and don't know anything is actually makes me the coolest guy in some strange way.
All right, guys. We're getting the hook. It's time to clear the stage and prepare for our next segment. Thank you all very much for coming this morning. It's been wonderful having you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. While we clear the stage, we're going to go ahead and get ready for our fantasy draft. Let's talk about this. Many people have talked about, as for investors, who would you start a team with? How would you incubate a new company? Who is your top dog? Who's the best leader in the game right now? Who's the best revenue generator in defense? Who's the best engineer in defense? We're going to put money where our mouth is this morning. We're going to do that live here on stage. We've got 4 co-hosts, 4 analysts who are going to come up here and are going to draft an autonomy team live. Yesterday, we did power rankings for air and for maritime autonomy. We went in depth on a number of companies that are leading the current industry based on revenue, based on momentum, based on trajectory, based on customers. And today, what we did is we took the teams from a lot of those companies and we made them available to our analysts who are going to come up and they're going to explain who they would want on their team at those different positions. This is traditional draft rules. So what that means is you can't draft the same person twice. So you might have been dreaming of drafting the same CEO. Maybe you wanted Soren, or maybe you wanted Brian Schimpf from Anduril. If somebody else drafts that person, you got to pick from the remaining pool. Right now, this is the official draft packet for today's draft. We're going to go ahead and prepare the stage. And while we do that, let's go ahead and meet our contestants. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. So first up, joining us all the way from Annapolis, Maryland, he is the founder of the Arena. He is a veteran. He is a recruiter, Rear Admiral recruiter, in fact, Mr. Andrew Garcia. Give it up for Andrew. Welcome to the stage. There it is. There's the music. That's what we need. Fire people up. Oh, we know this guy. He's back again. He can't quit. Mr. Michael Knickerbocker. Can't get rid of this guy. Now approaching the stage. She's had another cup of coffee. She is caffeinated. She's ready to roll. Heather Joe Mama Richmond. And last but absolutely not least, this guy knows where the talent is buried. He knows under every couch cushion. He's got the file cabinet. He's got binders full of sales guys. Eric Schmidt. Welcome, my friend. All right, teams. Welcome to Fantasy Draft Autonomy Stats. So today we're going to be drafting 5 positions for your starting 5 for your autonomy draft. We got a CEO, a CRO, a CTO, a Chief Operating Officer, and 1 wild card. So 5 picks that you're going to draft. What we're going to do is we're going to have you stand up one at a time, snake draft. So we'll start with Andrew, we'll move down the line to Eric, and then Eric will actually pick twice and come back around until we finish all 5 rounds. You can draft in any order you want. You could go CEO first, you could go CRO first, you could go whatever direction. Tell us who you're drafting and where you're slotting them in, and go ahead and stick their name on the big board over there, and we'll get you locked in. At the end of this draft, here's the little teaser. At the end of this draft, we're going to have a couple of investors from the audience come up, and you're going to pitch your team. You're going to sell those investors on why your team should be the one that they write a check to. And again, we will pick a winner to walk away with the Defense Game Day heavyweight belt. All right? Any questions? How are we feeling?
Test.
Test. Mike's
I missed my buzzer.
There will be no more buzzers in this round. All right?
Buzzer back, please.
To kick us off, Mr. Garcia, you are on the clock. First pick.
How much time do we have on the clock?
You got 45 seconds on the clock.
All right. I'm going to start with, where is Joe? Where are the ops dudes?
Who are you looking for?
Joe Turner.
All right. We got first pick, Mr. Joe Turner. I'll help you out here. There he is.
Oh, nice.
Go ahead. Grab that stick on the board. Tell us, what do you like about Joe?
I deployed with Joe years ago. Back in 2013, I happen to know for a fact that Joe is a bit of a badass. Can we say badass?
You say whatever you want here. This is uncensored. Defense Game Day. The live show, the proper
And was
programming
built
don't
to
begin until
lead.
9.
I like Joe. Joe's my first pick.
Joe, give us something about it. You deployed with him.
I deployed with Joe.
Give us some alpha.
We were part of a Riverine unit years ago, and Joe was one of our fearless leaders. Led us in all kinds of pretty fun deployments, went and did some fancy stuff, and then he went on to go do more shipbuilding and is now leading as the COO over at Havoc. Have a lot of respect for the guy, doing some great things. Love to have him on the team.
First overall pick in the 2025 Autonomy Draft goes to Joe Turner of Havoc AI from Andrew Garcia. Congratulations to Team Garcia. All right, Mr. Knickerbocker, you are on the clock.
Took the SWO.
That
was my strategy.
An all SWO team, all surface submarine. What are we going with? All right, Michael's.
I don't know who these people are.
Dude, do your homework. Or get out of here. All right, who are we going with? Mr. Knickerbocker, give us a little.
If you can't get a SWO, go ahead and take the Marine. Rob Lehman at Saronic. Super good guy, sharp, and has a heck of a jawline.
There it is. We got a big jawline pick. First overall pick for Team Knickerbocker is Rob Lehman from Saronic. All right, Miss Richmond.
All right. I don't see my guy.
Who are you looking for?
Dino.
Dino Mavroukis.
Yes.
He's on there.
There he is. Here
Where?
we go. He's in the CEO pile.
That's the one. All right.
Dino Mavroukis.
Sweet.
There you go. Let's
Thank
go
you
ahead.
so much.
Dino is Heather's first overall pick. What do you like about Dino?
I mean, first of all, his name is Dino. I'll say this. I'm a big Steve Blank fan. He's invested in there. Bloomberg's invested in there. He's creating his own gravity. The guy can raise a shit ton of money. Worst kept secret, there's a big NAVSEA contract coming down through Replicator. You did not hear that from me. He has the audacity to build an autonomous ship company in landlocked Austin.
Been wondering about that.
And
yeah.
are you really a defense startup if you don't have a Navy SEAL on your team?
Wow, I like that. Heather's bringing the fire out of the gate.
We're going big.
Love that, and I think we just broke some Replicator news here on stage. Well done,
If you're
Heather.
not getting secrets out, I mean.
Hey, look, this
you
is
did not hear from me.
I keep being
Might not
told
even
I'm
be
part
true.
of the media. I think we're proving that out. All right, Eric Schmidt on the clock.
All right. Well, Snake side, too. Where's my guy, Mike Flanagan?
Mike Flanagan.
Where's Mike? Help me out here, Noah.
Where do we
Be
have?
my eyes.
There he is,
There he
to
is.
your left. The
There we
CSAT
go.
CEO, Mike Flanagan. Eric,
Mike
tell us about
Flanagan.
Mike.
So I haven't met Mike personally yet, but I did some research on him. And this guy seems like he would sail a bathtub across the Atlantic just to see if it could work. He's savage. And also, fun fact, I'm going to get my notes for this because I think the people at home need
So
to
we've
know.
got a bathtub sailor. We love
I
that.
love a bathtub sailor. And as the co-founder and CEO of my team on the mock draft, he, oh God, where'd this go? Oh yeah, fun fact, he holds a record for fastest crossing the Anza Borrego Desert on foot. That's the kind of savage that I want on my team. Mike's first draft pick. And I guess I'm going Snake here. Got to get my other
Two
guy
picks
up.
for Eric. You get two picks.
2 picks. All right, we're going Bob Marthouse. Or excuse me, Mark Henderson. Sorry, Bob. Mark Henderson, Chief Technology Officer of Ocean Aero. Where's my
Ocean
guy,
Arrow,
Mark?
Chief
He's right
Technology
there.
Officer
Like the
Bob
grayish one, middle.
Henderson.
Up,
Interesting
up,
pick.
next,
Tell
there you
us
go.
about Bob.
Yeah, so Bob is obviously, where'd my guy Bob go? Or excuse me, Mark, yeah.
Mark, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Let's scratch that. We meant Mark.
Mark. We met Mark. Sorry, Bob. So the cool part about them, I'm a big mock draft junkie, and Travis Hunter is probably going to be a top 1 or 2 picks. He's a two-way player, plays cornerback and wide receiver, and like that, they're the founder of AUSVs, which are autonomous systems that can go on top of the shore and dive under, and that's the two-way player that I need for my team.
All right. Love that, Eric. Well, good breakdown there. All right, Heather, you are back on the clock for your second pick.
All right, we're going with Olaf here from Neros.
Olaf from Neros. Interesting company. We talked about Neros a little bit yesterday.
Yeah. Truth be told, I could be his mother, and I wouldn't have even had to have him at a young age. So, I mean, if you're talking fresh young talent, I'll take that. That's not even a joke. That's just the truth. I was born in 1975 for all of us that didn't get
There we
thing.
go. We're doing ages
We got
this
50
morning on
this
stage.
year.
Heather's unveiling. We got an age unveil. We got a contract unveil. What will she drop on
What's
us
next? You don't know. You just never know what's coming.
I love it.
I mean, top tier company, young talent, West Coast. I love it. And just to add a little bit of chick flair, I mean, Dino, you got to go with a good name. Olaf, who doesn't live in Olaf?
Heather is the name.
My grandfather's
team.
name is Olaf, so maybe that's
There it is. Little near and
out of
dear.
Norway, yeah.
Little near and dear. Okay,
dear.
Olaf checking in at Heather's second pick. Okay, Mr. Knickerbocker, second round pick.
Clearly, I have no idea how to build a company, but you know what? When a man dominates me
writer.
on stage, on camera,
We've got.
I got to take Scott Sanders because I'm going all operations,
Check
all
in.
growth.
Either-
Plus, I'm a big fan of Allen Control Systems and their partnership with Forterra, so I'm all in.
Go get Scott. Bring Scott on your team here. Come on, you can. They've put. I didn't. No, we don't have to put him in order here. That's hilarious. We have taken Scott from the chief growth officer role.
I learned management
slotting
in
him
government.
in.
This is what I'm doing.
We are slotting him in as a CTO. That'll be a new role for you, Scott. That's one.
You're an electrical engineering major. We're going to make you in charge of hot water.
talent.
Interesting strategy. Let's see how it plays out for him. Okay. We've got Scott on the board as Mike's CTO. Andrew Garcia, you are back on the clock.
All right, I'm going to go with George from Merlin. Where's Matt George.
Matt
Merlin Labs.
George,
This
CEO of
dude.
Merlin Labs, as your number 2 pick. Tell us about Matt.
Matt used to run a bus startup and then started asking the question, who needs a pilot? And built out autonomy for airplanes, is dropping autonomy all over the place. Southwest, watch out. American Airlines, he's coming for you guys. Matt George is incredible. I'm adding him to my team.
That's a sneaky second-round CEO pick you slot in there with Matt George. We'd love to see it, Andrew. Because it's a snake, you get to go back-to-back. So let's see. Who are you going to pick to start off round 3?
I like, I've got my notes here. Is he still around?
Take a second, CEO.
You do get a wild card pick.
Too many
Everybody
CEOs
knows
are not a good idea.
Twin
No.
CEO companies.
No.
I'm
Never a
going
good
to
idea.
go Tom Alexander, Sail Drone, Government Relations. Where's this guy?
Tom Alexander is
Making
right
sure
here.
that the government knows the difference between a sail drone and a sailboat.
Love that.
He is doing good things for the USA. I appreciate all he's doing. This is part of my time in college where I sailed a bit, and so I appreciate autonomous sail drones. I wish I had these in college. I appreciate you, Tom. Keep doing what you're doing.
The nice thing about this is everybody at the end of the day remains on Team USA, so everybody wins in this here autonomy draft. All right, that's a solid-looking pick there, Andrew. Mr. Knickerbocker, what will he think of next? You just going to go for another?
Can I get another revenue guy?
You can.
Maybe Austin Pugh. I hear Austin's really hot right now. Texas, not him. I don't know him. I'm going to go with Paul
Rainmaker.
Wynn from Havoc AI. I mean, they're already just pushing out boats. They've gone so fast, so quick. And, you know, Andrew already took the SWO that's there. So I'm taking Paul.
Who's your draft pick is? Paul Wynn, CEO of Havoc AI, slotting in a shocking third-round CEO draft pick for Michael Knickerbocker.
Havoc and chaos is my draft strategy. So
just interesting word draft strategy. Well done, Michael. All right, Heather, sticking with the fun names, or what are we going with next?
We're stick with a theme. So we're going with I'm actually going to take a VP of, what is he? A VP of something. I can't read, obviously. But I'm going to promote him to COO. So we're going to uptick him.
We're getting an increase. We love that.
Yeah,
A
so
little
it's Sam Russo out of Andril.
Sam Russo out of Andril, a little sign and trade, a little sign and promotion from
Sign and promotion.
Sign and
Signing
promotion.
bonus.
Sign and promotion from Heather Richmond. We love to see that. A little step up opportunity.
He doesn't know about it yet.
He doesn't know about it yet. You're hearing it here first. There you go. Oh, stick that. There we go, Sam. Hey, Sam, congratulations on your promotion.
Sam, Army guy. We got to mix it up a little bit. Got a Navy SEAL, but an Army guy. AUKUS, he's actually sold well to allies. He has a successful exit of a company, multidimensional, best universal asset, and my daughter's name is Sam.
There it is, the theme of names that resonate with Heather. We love to see it. You got the 1-2 punch there. All right, Sam Russo goes in the 3 slot to Heather Richmond's team. Eric Schmidt reading the absolutely minuscule notes that he printed out. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's zoom in. Can anybody read Eric's notes? If you can read Eric's notes, you can draft the rest of his team. That is impressive. I've never seen that.
Auctioning this at the end.
How can they draft the team if they can't fit inside the building? That's impressive.
All right, we're going with COO of Sail Drone, Mark Oeder. Did I pronounce that right? That's how small it is, folks. Where's my guy, Mark?
We're going for a COO pick. Who are you looking at?
Mark.
Mark, what's Mark who?
Oeder. I know you can't read that.
Okay, we're going to go ahead. Oh, here he is, Mark Collier. There you go. Sorry.
Apologies,
That's
Mark.
fun. That's going to take, how many people does that take to read a draft sheet? More than one, as
Sail
it turns out.
Drones. Mark,
And I hope you come
obviously,
locked and loaded. Yeah, tell us a little bit about Mark.
Yeah, so Mark, obviously, the operator of Sail Drones, chief in-house. And I mean, recently, you know, they're the king of the ASV space. European expansion recently, and Voyager can operate in GPS-denied environments.
We like a
Need
little
that kind of
GPS denial.
We do like a little GPS
Sounds like my Friday night.
Get that air gap in. So Mark is going to be our COO. We're stacking up nicely here.
All right, Eric, you hammer your second pick. here.
Snake pick. Here we
Snake.
go. All right. I think got a bedrock guy in here. Yeah, my guy Brandon. God, this is small. Brandon Melt, I believe.
Brandon.
We're going double COOs.
Double COO. We're going to load up on COOs.
We're gonna run this thing.
Brandon Ma.
Brandon. There we go.
Brandon Ma, COO.
And the reason I'm picking 2 COOs is one, you can never have enough operations.
Just
and
get
2,
shit done on Team Eric.
We're talking about combining capabilities, and Brandon's crew is mapping the entire ocean floor.
Mapping the ocean floor. Eric loves the ocean floor.
Much like
What do you think is
Ovechkin's
down
goal.
there?
Say it again.
What would you like to find down there?
Gold.
No, I just maybe. Yeah,
Little
treasure.
buried treasure.
treasure.
All
yeah.
right.
And no one said it could be done. He's doing it. So we're going
Kaiju.
with it.
Love that. All right,
My guy.
Heather, hit it.
All right.
4th round pick.
I'm not doing any dupes here. I'm going strategy, but Tom Reynolds out of CSATs. Do we see Tom on here? I'm not seeing him.
I don't, but you know what? It's okay.
Do we have a pen?
We have a way to deal with that.
Fantastical.
Tell us about Tom.
Tom, so to counter my 12-year-old I have here as my CTO, we need a little gray hair. We've seen that the Navy has proven difficult to work with, so we need somebody that can get in there and get it done. And bring in a veteran ringer for growth.
All right.
And he's a bit of a Tom Selleck, Burt Reynolds mashup.
Ah, little Tom.
He has a great
Selleck,
mustache.
Burt Reynolds.
You should see it.
See, so you are a movie person. I don't know what that was all about, not knowing the movies the last time around. All right, Mr. Knickerbocker, following Heather's footsteps. What do you got for us at 4?
All right, so my other theme is Rhode Island because my wife's from there. But Freddie Mills, because my notes say he's Nelson's brother, and I didn't take Nelson, but I'll take Freddie. Owned a composite company. You know, I think he'll be able to help us build things in-house. They'll be lighter, better, invest in us or something. I don't know.
The Mills brothers are a powerhouse team. I don't know if Nelson's walking around back there just yet, but Nelson, how do you feel about your brother being drafted ahead of you? I don't know if he's in the audience.
Well, I couldn't
All
take
right.
double CEO.
Yeah, okay. We'll let you off the hook for that one. We'll check in with Nelson in a little bit. There we go. Andrew, you are going to finish us off here. Round out with 4 and 5, back
All
to
right,
back.
I'm going to
2
go
picks.
with Ian Mucius, engineer. Where's this guy? Here he is. He is the CTO at Firestorm Labs. And anyone who can create a drone from a 3D printer and
3D printing
copy and
drones.
paste that is pretty badass. And he is running the show there with, from a technology perspective. A lot of respect for Ian. And then I've got the 5th pick too, right? Who was
Finish
my
us
5th?
off. You got your starting 4. You got 4 name, or so you have a wild card in there.
Oh, I do. I'm going to go with Chris Amadon. There he
Chris
is.
Amadon from
Building-
Amadon Heavy Industries.
Building bigger, better, heavy undersea autonomous vehicles. Everyone's going with light and nimble. Not Chris. He's building giants undersea. It's like Megalodon down there.
Heavy is the operative word in Chris's work.
Genius. All right, that's my
All
team.
right, there's the team. Hey, while we're doing this, let's keep rolling then. Mr. Knickerbocker, finish us off here. Yeah.
I suppose I have to get an engineer.
All right, tell us who you're picking.
So I'm taking Doug Lambert from Saronic.
Big Saronic guy, as he throws the rest of the engineers to the floor.
That was unintentional.
All right. Tell us about. Give us a word on Doug.
So I've never met the man. I don't know what his jawline's like, but I do know that the way that they're scaling up the technology and growing and understanding the capabilities, obviously understands what it takes to build a boat. They're boats, not ships.
All right. We'll get into Navy everywhere.
Boats lean into the turn, ships lean out of the turn.
All right, Heather, finish off your starting 5.
Okay, I'm gonna need the marker again. We're going free agent here.
Free agent. We got a free agent signing.
Right, so we're gonna go. Love the Shield AI team. Love the group there. Gary's a little new. Can't have 2 CEOs, but my dear friend Biz Peabody as their chief of staff and investor relations. And you can't have a company if you don't have investors.
Biz Peabody.
And
on
she has
the
the best
investor
name ever, Biz
relations
Peabody.
side. So Heather's already strategizing for her fundraising pitch, I see.
Yeah, obviously.
right.
That's what I
There
do.
we go. Stick biz
Thank you
up on
so
the board.
much.
And Mr. Schmidt, can we read our final draft pick there?
We switched to the phone. So,
Okay, all right.
yeah, final draft pick.
As our investor makes his way to the stage.
I'm taking a growth guy, Ross Peterson, Neros' head of growth.
Ross Peterson checking in.
Rounding things out.
There we go.
If you've seen an American company send 6,000 drones to Ukraine recently, Ross probably had something to do with it.
Love
That's
that.
my guy right there.
All right, team. Well done. We've got starting fives all around, and look who's making his way to the stage.
We do have to come up there to
It's the
stand
king
here
of the hill.
awkwardly.
He's back. He's an investor. He's on the board, which there's
gonna pick his own
there's a
team.
little bias here. That's okay. We believe in Scott. I've heard you're a high integrity guy.
His
Step into
choice
the
will
investor
also be
chair.
his resignation from my
Step into the
company.
investor chair. Here we go. All right, team. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do very quick elevator pitches, about 30 seconds, rapid fire down the line. Would anyone like to volunteer first to pitch their team to Scott?
I'll go first.
Heather, stand up and stand and deliver.
All right, I got to see my team, first of all. I think we have a very well-balanced team. I've got some serious leadership here who can have proven to raise money, creating his own gravity, doing dumb things like landlocked, ships in landlocked places. Kind of believe in it. Got some young tech talent. We've got Andrew coming in here on operations. We've got Tom Reynolds, gray hair, a lot of experience there. And we've got a chick who's rolling in as chief of staff and investor relations, the only female on the board. Just going to point that out. And we've got a nice balanced team. You can't have two CEOs on the same company. So, if you've got two CEOs, you're done. Anyway, I stand by it.
What are you making?
What's that?
What are you making with
Barbie
that team?
dolls.
Okay.
Navy Barbie dolls. Navy.
Autonomous Barbie dolls.
Autonomous Navy Barbie dolls.
Barbie dolls that talk on command. All right. That's kind of a deep sleeper product. I like that one. Maybe we'll ship them overseas. Okay. Let's just go, Michael. Let's bring you up next.
So we are going to build autonomous narco semi-submersibles with dragon's teeth on the front and kind of like the 1940s bomber chicks on the stern sheet. Okay. And, I have a great team of people, including yourself. So
You look like
please commit to this team, Scott. We are here for you.
This is a real VC
You
pitch.
picked like an all revenue team with like one engineer. This is I don't know if that's gonna work, man.
Dude, we're going to raise a bunch of money, and then we're going to just cry poverty.
This is Team Vaporware, Team Slideware. I love this. All right.
It's a bubble.
I've got two CEOs.
My middle name is
I've got a
Holmes.
two-headed dragon here with
Andrew
Matt
Garcia,
George
here we go.
and Chris Amadon. Joe Turner knows how to raise some money, knows how to operate pretty well-established organizations. And I think my secret weapon here is going to be Ian, who can create things out of 3D printers that are super awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to create bullets from 3D printers that are autonomous and fly above or underwater. Please invest.
Okay.
Underwater bullets
Underwater
from
bullets.
Team
They
Garcia.
look like Barbies, though.
All right, to round it out, Scott, I'm actually going to let you pick what we build. I believe we can do it all. A little top heavy on the ops, but I think that's a good thing because we are letting you pick, so we're going to have to be nimble, go in different directions. We got Mike leading the charge. He can run probably across the world if you need him to. We got Mark as the two-way player. Imagine something that can go on the surface and dive, man. We don't need to do two different products. And then we got Ross, peer of yours, that's going to drive things home. So you can run us, let us know what you need. We got it.
Is there an engineer on your team?
Yes, Mark Henderson,
Okay.
the guy.
Deferring the product decision to the investor, a very interesting strategy there by Mr.
Bold move,
Schmidt.
Cotton. I don't know if that's going to work out for you.
All right. So Scott, you've heard it. You've got 4 teams. Give us what are you thinking? Give us a little inside Scott's mind, and then we'll declare the winner.
I mean, the fact that no one drafted Zach Shore, who is debatably one of the best CROs in the business, is just kind of weird to me. Is he even on your list of humans that are down here?
Air autonomy. Zach should be. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. How did we forget about Zach? This is wild.
The list is not comprehensive. It is true. We had a subset of people, so it is possible that Hermes was not on the list.
Okay, so I have to pick which one I would fund. Is it my own money or somebody else's? Because that
Somebody
matters.
else's.
Always somebody else's.
Hold on a second.
It's the government's money.
You're the
Is
GP,
it like
but
LP
you got
money? Is
some-
this GP commit? Like, how does this work?
You got GP commit.
Oh, if it's mine, then none. I think we go with mostly because I think Olaf is a little bit of a sleeper. Mostly because I've seen him sleep in his office. So I'm gonna go with Heather's team.
There it is. Team Joe Mama is the victor of the autonomy draft. But here's the thing, folks. We do know, and Heather, we're not going to take anything away from you. You're going to get center stage. You're going to get 60 seconds on the soapbox to spread your message far and wide. We do know the game is not played on paper, which is why this is a fantasy draft. It's a part of the play of the equation. It's why we come to things like this here at Apex, where you actually play the game on the field. You play the game in the factory. You play the game on the computers. Everything is computer. The game is not won by just the draft pick. That's why none of us are actually, well, Heather a little bit, but none of us are actually investors. We're all kind of.
We established people are analog, though.
There it is. People are analog. All right, Heather, let's hit the championship music. Let's get Heather her heavyweight belt. Heather, center stage.
What am I doing
60
here?
seconds, soapbox, anything that your heart desires.
Sing a song.
What message?
Can I sing?
You're the champ.
Can I just sing something?
Yeah, anything you want.
Anything?
Talk about that.
Okay, open what? I'm a Packer fan.
All right, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I've been corrected by the team. My job is to make mistakes, and their job is to make. Not a championship, though. You are the GM of the year here. You are the spinny hat.
In charge of a successful organization while looking like a clown,
You look
you
awesome.
are Jerry
You actually
Jones.
look fantastic.
Well, thank you. This is such an honor. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank my esteemed competitors here. Thank you, Scott, for the excellent choice. I want to kind of throw it out there for ladies in defense for just a second, and ladies in football, apparently. Actually, I really want to talk about, just for a second, the next generation of talent. We run something called Hacking for Defense at Stanford and a bunch of universities around the country. I think it's really important that we're getting this next generation of talent. As you can see, we need really good talent to beat our adversaries. So those of you who are out there that are thinking about educational decisions, please think about learning more about national defense and national security. So someday you can have all of this glory at a defense conference. Thank you.
And what are you naming
Nice.
your company?
What? BARBI.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our pregame show at Defense Game Day, Day 2. We are just about ready to kick off the main show here at Apex Defense. I want to thank all of you, Scott, Andrew, Michael, Heather, Eric, for being a part of this, for letting us have a little fun out here. Obviously, defense is serious business. We all care deeply about the mission of national defense. But we don't have to take ourselves so seriously all the time. That's the goal here at Defense Game Day. We're just getting started. Lots more to come from us. Big thank you. Three thank yous. One, thank you to Apex Defense for taking a chance on us, letting us do our thing here. Appreciate this event. It's a great opportunity to bring together the warfighter, industry, operators, all sorts of folks who are focused on this mission. Secondly, thank you to our partners. Two of them are represented on stage here, Forterra and the Arena, as well as Prism. You guys are fantastic. We appreciate the vision of getting in on something at the ground floor. Brands matter, stories matter, and having a little bit of fun in a really serious mission is very important. And finally, last but not least, thank you to all of our men and women in uniform in the room here today. You all are doing the hard work out on the front lines. We're here to support any way we can. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for keeping us safe. Last word for Defense Game Day. We started this show because events like this, they are not accessible to everybody. It is an important event. It's an important forum to learn more about the mission of defense and how this work happens. But we want to bring that to you. We all as Americans benefit from the folks who defend us, and we want to make it possible for you to get involved in that mission. So much more to come. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get involved. Thanks, guys.
Good job.
I had to